morning, traders. It's Wednesday, 22nd of December. Just a few more days until the big day, and the markets will be shutting down. So, actually, let me just have a little look at that next week. Yeah, bank holiday on Sunday and the Monday, Tuesday as well in the UK, and then back to normal, if you like, on Wednesday the 22nd for a couple of days. Then some more bank holidays. So it's a bit of a funny time at the moment. Liquidity's definitely been less this week. I would say there's not been a lot of trading opportunities at all. Not of any quality anyway. You'd have to be looking at the smaller time frames, and I don't really like looking further. Well, 1 hour really is as small as I personally would like to go, but I know each to their own. News wise today, nothing going on. Pretty quiet news week really, compared to how it was last week, which was absolutely crazy. So nothing going on today. Next news is tomorrow. These are UK times, some CAD news and some USD news, both at 1:30 p.m. UK time. And then that's it, because Friday, these are just bank holidays. So really quiet. There was an opportunity yesterday, which some of us took on gold. So we've been looking for gold. This was on our watch list on Sunday. Let me just delete this for a second. But we've seen price on gold. Now, gold, silver, precious metals, we've got to remember, are seasonally bullish at this time of the year, and throughout January. So looking at this basically as a first impulse, breaking out of this falling wedge pattern, forming a correction. And it's just, like I say, it was on our watch list on Sunday. We've got two areas. We've got this little area here of resistance, which we're looking for price to come retest and reject, or it could push down a little bit more and retest the top of this falling wedge pattern before then pushing to the upside. So we had two structures or two areas in mind, if you like. So yesterday we have our first zone here, and price had its impulse, a little push down, correction, push down. Then we got this morning star pattern here. We also got this bullish engulfing candle here, which is a great sign. A bullish engulfing candle from support is a tradable candle. You also had this morning star pattern here, 1, 2, 3. Now this was a candle at 2 o'clock in the morning, so it closed at 6 a.m. We spotted this candle, which was the 6 a.m. candle, the bullish engulfing candle. So perfect trading setup really. So buy stop above that candle, stops below this low here. This was the low. Yeah, we've got this bullish engulfing candle here, so you could have had the stops below there, but we put the stop below this low here. Got triggered in. It was all looking nice, and then we got this doji candle, and then boom, market just turned around and took us out, which is unfortunate. So always, you're never going to have winning trades all of the time. You're going to have losing trades. So, go back and look at your losing trades and see, is there anything you could have done differently, anything you would have done differently? And, the answer to that is no. From what I saw and from what we saw here with this bullish engulfing candle off of previous area of resistance, that is a tradable signal. And, I would suggest that most of the time, or a high probability of the time, if that is such a phrase, we would see that push further forward, but it just didn't happen this time. Do we think that we're wrong about the analysis and that this is going to push the upside? Absolutely not. You can see it literally stopped us out, and it's kind of hovering around now. So we'll see what happens now. Do we break this swing high, because now we have a trend line going on? Okay, so if we start, we're making lower lows, lower highs at the moment. This looks corrective actually. This is like an impulse correction. We could see another push down, retest of, like I said, the top of this falling wedge pattern. Actually, we can probably get rid of that now. So we could see this push down, reject, and then start to see higher highs, higher lows. So that's really the next port of call to be looking out for. But yeah, or we can just look for this change in cycle. But just looking at this smaller time frame now, this does look like a little correction and perhaps due to have another push down. So those of you with eagle eyes will notice I do have an alert down here. Not that I think price is going to come down all the way here, but you know, it's just a nice little area you can see here where we've got support, false break here, support. So if price was to come down into this zone, I'd be very, very interested in looking for longs from there. So that's just an alert set. I don't think it's going to go off because we've had this impulse here. But who knows? Let me just, while I'm thinking about it, I mean, that would, if this was an impulse, that would push that down into that kind of 78.6% zone. So who knows? Next point of call, though, really for me is a retest of this falling wedge pattern. 61.8% pattern kind of lines up nicely as well. So maybe you want to set alerts for around about 1776 and see if we get some kind of bullish reaction there, or just be patient and wait for that change of cycle on the smaller time frames. So that was a trade that some of us took yesterday but didn't work out, unfortunately. What's happening today? Well, today we're actually seeing pound strength over anything else. Pound strength, a bit of Kiwi, and then Aussie in that order. And Japanese yen, weakest currency at the moment, and Swiss francs are the two safe havens, actually. Let me just show you the pound pairs. So you can see all the pound pairs here, where pound is the first part of the currency pair. You can see that they're all up on the day, meaning pound is stronger than the second parts, or the what I call the term. I call the first part the base, second part the term. Where GBP is the term, you can see price is negative, meaning again pound is stronger than euro. So pound is doing well. I wouldn't say it's doing amazing. You know, it is the strongest currency, but I wouldn't say that the market is absolutely flooding to the GBP and buying it. Like I say, Swiss and yen are weakest currencies at the moment. So let's have a little look at, so we can look at pound Swiss and pound yen. I have to excuse the color scheme changes, guys. So I mean, straight away, pound Swiss, it's strong on the day, as you can see. We've got a bullish day so far, but the momentum on the daily chart is actually still to the downside. So any buys on this would be against the dominant trend, if you like. Now I do know on pound Swiss we've got a little bit of structure here. So for me, longs now, really want to see a break, a nice clear break, and then a pull back into this zone. You know, 123, I think that would be lovely, and get inverse head and shoulder pattern if I wanted to go long on this. I do know on the weekly, we've got this big structure here of resistance, which we retested, and we seem to be getting a bullish push. But again, like I say, I'd want to see price break outside of this trend line. It'll pull back into 123 and then go long from there if I was going to go long at all. Pound yen, what is happening on pound yen? Again, you know, bullish days at the moment. Like I said, pound is strong, yen is weak, but that daily momentum is still to the downside. So any buys are, you know, counter trend, counter the bigger movement, if you like. So just be aware of that. You know, don't even worry, guys, if you don't trade at all for the rest of the week, or the rest of the year, actually, because and you know, unless you are looking at the really smaller time frames, I don't think you're going to get any decent opportunities. again, like pound Swiss, we've got a bit of structure here. So longs really break above here, retest rejection, and then look to go long if you wanted to. I wouldn't like to go long at this little area. You know, smaller time frame traders, maybe little 15-minute pullback into the 20 moving average or something like that, and look for a morning star pattern. But we're getting very, very close to that zone now where we've seen support there and resistance. So yep, smaller time frame traders, there might be some opportunities there on pound yen, pound Swiss on 15-minute, 5-minute, depending on how low you want to go. Nothing for me though personally. You know, like I said at the beginning, you know, I don't really like to go any lower than the hourly. Still in a silver trade actually from, wow, must be a few weeks now. Buy limit here at 22, stops at 21, so that is running in profit. Again, just going with the precious metal seasonality. Big target on this, you know, looking to push all the way up towards 28. That's a 6% trade. There's a bit of structure here, potentially halfway in the range where we could take some money off the table or half the money off the table. We do have, just looking there, support, resistance, so maybe around this little zone here, 24.85, somewhere around there, 2.8%, 2.86% in profit. Might take some money off the table there. But otherwise, yeah, that's an order that we've had running for a couple of weeks now. Beautiful rejection candle here on the weekly, so just got to leave that be. And yeah, we'll see what happens on gold as well. Keep our eyes on that. We've had one go yesterday, it didn't work out, but doesn't mean that we might not get another opportunity. So guys, that's it from me. Just be really careful, guys, because liquidity is very, very very low. It's drying up, and yeah, so you know, don't get forcing any trades just because you feel like you have to trade. Like I say, if you don't trade now for the rest of the year, don't worry about it. You know, we can start afresh next year, but we'll see. We'll keep our eyes open and see what happens. All right, guys, I will catch you soon. Bye.